Hey guys, it's Patrick. This is a totally unplanned, unscheduled live video, but I just felt kind of inspired. Um, I'm actually taking this class online on, um, it's a shamanic class on the Dark Night of the Soul with Sandra Ingerman. And tonight we did a journey in class to create a ceremony, and I feel really inspired. Um, we did the journey, and then we asked for a ceremony. We asked for um, what it was that we needed more of in our life. And so I journeyed, and I went, Joshua showed up. You might know him as Jesus. He's one of my spirit guides. And so I asked him, I was like, what is it that I need more of in my life? And his answer was threefold. He said, what did he say? Self-love, self-forgiveness, and self-acceptance. And so then we asked for a simple ceremony that I can do to help set the stage for those things to come into my life. And it's actually perfect timing because working in shamanism, we recognize the patterns of the earth, the patterns of the cycles of the earth, the cycles of the moon, because we are nature and we have the same cycles happening within our physical and spiritual selves. And so right now it's the new moon. So the new moon, it's the dark moon. What that means is the moon is basically being reborn. So metaphorically, right now is the time to plant seeds for those things that you want to see grow in your life. And so I asked what I needed more of in my life. And that was the answer. And so then I asked Joshua for a ceremony I could do. And I actually performed the ceremony in the journey in non-ordinary reality. But then our assignment was to perform that same simple ceremony in physical, ordinary reality. And so I thought I would I just felt like sharing it with others, just to kind of give you an idea of what kind of things you can do. You know, ceremony is such a simple thing. It has a beginning, a middle, and an end, just like a story, just like any book. There's a time of setting sacred space and calling in your spirit helpers. There's the time when you actually do whatever it is that the ceremony is for, and then there is the releasing that sacred space. And so what I saw in my journey with Joshua is that I have some corn kernels, like dried corn kernels, just laying around the house like, everybody does. And so I saw myself taking 3 of them. So I have, I don't know if you see, wow, where's the camera? So I have 3 kernels of corn here. So 1 for each of those things that I want to grow in my life. And so the kernel of corn is like a seed. And so what we do, especially at a time like this when it's the full moon is a time of release, because the full moon is full. The full moon is to celebrate things that have happened, things that have manifested. And from that point on, the moon begins to wane until now when it's dark. So at the full moon, it's a time to release. Like you can do fire ceremonies where you write things on slips of paper, give them to the flame. If you have a campfire or a candle or whatever, you burn that and release those things that you want to release. Now with the new moon is a time to plant seeds. And so I have my 3 kernels of corn here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to do my ceremony. I'm going to include you in my ceremony. And then I'm going to call in the sacred space, call in my spirit helpers, and then I'm going to say out loud what it is I want to grow in my life and then I'm going to blow that into the kernel of corn. I'll do that 3 times, 1 kernel for each thing that I'm starting to grow. And then I have a nifty little, whoops, let's see here. This nifty little hole here. I'm actually on the beach. The sun is just set over the trees over there. Here by the water, I've got my little altar here. I'm going to be doing a pipe ceremony later for myself, but I wanted to share with you the simple, just to give you an example of how simple and yet how powerful ceremony can be. Okay, so then once I blow, and so in shamanism, your breath is so powerful. It's air is the element that you first connect with when you're born, when you take your first breath, and air is the last element you connect with when you leave this plane, when you give your last breath. So breath is a very important thing. Breath, like even in the Bible, it talks about the breath of God going over the waters and creating things. So when we hold something in our heart and then we breathe it out into the world. And in this case, I am going to say those 3 things that I'm going to create in my life, one at a time. And so I'll say it, I'll feel it in my heart, I will bring it out of my heart and blow it into the kernel. So I am blowing the energy of that thing, the seed of that quality, into that kernel of corn. And once I have all 3 of them, I'm going to put them into that hole, bury them, plant them in the earth, give them to the earth to manifest in my future. And then I'm going to do a final breath over all 3 of them in the ground, thanking the earth for taking my prayers, for taking my requests, and for manifesting them. And then I will release the directions, my helping spirits and such. So I just wanted to share that with you. So here we go. I'm going to put my phone down. And I did not bring my drum tonight. So I'm going to call in the sacred spirits with my nifty rattle. Spirits of the earth, spirits of the air, spirits of the fire, spirits of the water, spirits of the upper world, spirits of the lower world, compassionate spirits of the middle world, the Fae, the spirits of the land, and the ancestors of the land. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for holding sacred space. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Aho. Putting my kernels through the smudge, clearing the energy. I already smudged myself. Jeshua, I thank you for coming to me tonight, working with me. Thank you for answering my questions of what I need more of in my life. I have these seeds in my hand. I plant them in the earth, knowing that they will become physical in my ordinary life, my ordinary reality. And I will see them grow greater and greater in my experience. The first quality, self-love. The second quality, self-forgiveness. The third quality, self-acceptance. All three of these qualities I plant in the earth in gratitude, knowing that she will bring them to me, that the earth and Creator will nurture these things until they grow to a point where they can nurture me. Thank you, Holy Mother Earth. Thank you, Jeshua. Thank you, all my helping spirits, for this moment in time. Thank you for receiving my requests in gratitude, knowing that they have already happened. Aho. Spirits of the earth, spirits of the air, spirits of the fire, spirits of the water, spirits of the upper world, spirits of the lower world, compassionate spirits of the middle world, the Fae, spirits of the land, and the ancestors of the land. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for holding us in your love and your light. Our work for now is done, but you are always welcome in my circles. Thank you for welcoming me into yours. Oh. So there you have it. Ground. Ground. All right. So that was just a simple ceremony I just performed. My seeds, my kernels are safely in the earth. And just like when you make a request, a prayer, an intention, you set that intention, you plant that seed, and then you let it go. Just like you don't dig up corn every week, every day, just to see how much it's growing yet. You bury it, you plant it, and you trust that the earth is taking care of it, that it is doing what it does and growing and expanding. So I release that to the earth, to Creator, to my spirits, to help grow those things in my heart, to grow those things in my life, to increase my self-love, my self-forgiveness, and my self-acceptance, and to see that manifest in my everyday mundane life as well. So anyway, so just food for thought, just a little bit of inspiration of what you might do the next couple of days or nights, little ceremonies you can do to help empower yourself, to help set intentions for what you want to see in the world. Now is a great time for planting those seeds and then trusting the universe to make them manifest for you. So anyway, that is what I had to share tonight. I thank you for watching. Feel free to share this video. I will put it back up on my Facebook page if you would like to rewatch it, get ideas for what kind of things you can do for ceremony. And until then, till later, I see you, whatever I see you. I love you, I see you, and I honor you. All right, we will see you later. Go shining.